Howdy, and welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. And welcome back to Stargate Outpost. Today, we've got someone special. Someone who hopefully you're familiar with already. Mm-hmm. If you've seen the wonderful work of Power 543.
Oh, it's me. Oh, hi.
I'm Cockings down here.
Hello.
Man, it's awesome to have you, and it's awesome to get to talk to you about all the Stargate, Star Trek, and everything in between kind of crossover projects y'all have done.
Yeah.
Did you like my 1 second to go quick change?
Yes.
I like
that.
I was waiting it. Just there.
Hey,
we got to get our Stargate gear for the show.
We do.
You have
our old hoodie on, but we need to get our
Mm-hmm.
old stuff back on. I had to find my SGU hoodie after watching Distant Hope yesterday, like 3 different times, so.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You have to, Of course, for those that aren't 100% familiar, if y'all remember, we did, last time we checked out fan films, I think at the beginning of April, we watched these two right here. New Mission. Let me go ahead and mute that so it doesn't scare us too much and kill everybody in their headphones. If y'all remember, this one right here.
Yep.
And of course, it might have been a short, but it was my favorite with how good it looked. Was the CG ships that you did really coming back.
And it was wonderfully charming to have you guys talk about it, having not known the backstory or watch in order. Or just like all these questions you had that's like, but there's answer to this film.
Yeah.
Sam's not done anything in 4 years. He's really let the team down. Turns out he's done a film every month for the last I'm glad you found it. I was waiting for the moment. I was like, are they gonna find I've been working constantly?
We found them finally. Took a second. But we found them.
Must have given up. No.
We might be a little ADD around these parts. It might seem like we gave up, but 2 days later, it comes right back to our thought, And I'm glad we found them because they're fun. I do have about 6
I watched
other
a few of them yesterday.
Pulled up, just ready if we want to bring them up at any time, of course.
Yeah,
there's something for everyone. There's a shocking amount of variety, I will say.
Yeah, and it's all really well done. Obviously, just watching a few fan films that just doing it kind of at the beginning of the month like we have been for Stargate Outpost recently, and then just being a nerd and a fan of all these things in general. Seen plenty of fan films. I think the only ones I've seen better off the top of my head would maybe be like, and it's totally a whole different realm, but like Star Wars Theory or something like that. But that guy can put literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not like $1 million plus behind something. For bang for your buck,
expensive ones,
For your bang for your buck, y'all literally have the absolute best, I think, of any I've ever seen, and it's just a damn joy to watch them.
We very much do rely on crowdfunding to try and do as much as we can, but I like to think that we over deliver, and we almost shockingly over deliver how much we can do for the budget. A lot of insanity comes with that, but I think it's definitely And there is always Stargate stuff. I mean, I have brought some exclusives with you guys. Although I was on David Reed's Dial the Gate, and I showed some stuff, including some P90 stuff. And then he got flagged for guns. Apparently, you can't show guns on lives. So who knew that? Because you can show guns after the fact, and also their props, and in a screenshot with aliens. So I will not be showing you screenshots with guns, having learned that lesson.
Yeah.
So I got other stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy sometimes.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was going to say, well, technically we're might be in LA, but we're based in Texas, so we might be fine. And then I was like, well, I'm pretty sure David's Tennessee, and Tennessee is usually fine with that kind of stuff too. So
it's YouTube, isn't it? But it just means that reviewing Stargate on a live show would mean you can't show screen caps that are holding guns. That's going to be an issue for everybody. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the difference between like a picture and like you like showing us a gun right now?
Yeah.
And not even a gun, it's a piece of plastic.
Yeah. It's not even real. It's a prop thing. So, but I guess I don't know. Maybe they use AI or whatever. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, honestly, just the
better safe than sorry. But he got it back. It's fine.
Yeah.
But just I'll give a brief intro who I am. Trek Yard's co-creator 11 years ago, but I was actually fan film creator before that. My Stargate film Distant Hope, which was in 2012. I wouldn't say a break, but I was trying to make the Star Trek film like I was in 2013, 2014. I tried to make that and then kept remastering it by getting better, which was, thing with 1,000 hours. Now, I'll do it again, make it better. I finally got it in 2019. Really great. And the pandemic, and then you want to do, before pandemic, I want to do like a crossover Avengers style film with different people for Convergence, where if you pick one actor from every different like Lost in fan films, you have to explain who they are because they've got the backstory of their own films. And then we filmed half of that, fundraised, and then we were about a week from booking our flight, and then we got alerted that something happened in China that might affect flights maybe sometime soon. And then it affected the United States, and then the world, and then we all shut down, and something mild affected our filming to the US. But then mid-pandemic, it was we promised a film, so we filmed something else in the pandemic, and then kind of proved that actually doing much smaller films that you can release quicker is better than a much bigger film, more people that costs more. And then I just sort of kept going. Yeah. Now we're at 41 releases and 37 in 4 years.
Good Lord.
Wow, that's a lot.
And that is a tip of the criminal iceberg. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you have such a good back catalog of things, which is on top of that already. It's I didn't realize till watching Distant Hope, I think the second time, it's 13 years old. I had no idea.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's.
Well, thank you. I see it.
Well, I'm sure, things improve since your first one, but I think it still looks good. It holds up.
Well, it's trying to mimic the SGU style, which is therefore of that time. It is overly shaky cam because it's meant to be, right? Like it's aesthetically meant to. So it hasn't aged.
Yeah, with the flashbacks and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and just clever editing. Yeah, but it's you guys' show. Where do you want to go with this? Because we can go anywhere with anything, and
Well, our favorite thing on SciTrek is to get sidetracked. So if there's a rabbit hole we need to dive down, you let us know the rabbit hole, and we're Alice in Wonderland. We're ready.
I like it.
We're all mad at it here.
Let things go where it goes. I guess.
Exactly. Just talking about Distant Hope real quick, though. It might be 13 years old. You might have had a bunch of new cool stuff since then. It seems, I guess it did come out near SGU, so it does kind of have similar qualities, and y'all stuck to that kind of same aesthetic. Shaky cam or not, it feels real. It's not static. It's not stagnant like a lot of fan films are. And of course, with Star Trek and stuff like that, you're on kind of command spots, and you have to kind of keep things static. But the movement of it, the versatility of it all, it really brings it to life. I don't know. That's why I watched it a couple times. It was one of my favorite fan films I've ever seen, actually.
I appreciate it.
I have to say a bad thing later just to even it out, but
Please do.
I don't know what I'm going to say yet. I'll be thinking about it. Don't worry.
It's all good.
Sarah, what did you think? It's very different to the other one that you saw that you liked, but it's just the intro.
I didn't get to finish the whole thing. I saw like the first few minutes of it, but I really liked it. I mean, it felt like SGU, and you did have like some SGU clips kind of mixed in there, which gave it more that feeling. And I thought it was really good. I got to finish watching it later now.
Stuff happens at the end. I think it's fair to say.
If I didn't already want to bang my head against a wall to just wish for a SGU season 3, it kind of provided a little levity for my head banging against a wall once there. So
sorry.
Nice. Thank you all.
Sorry,
no, thank you for the levity.
So that was because we obviously big fans of Stargate. We found Stargate. In fact, because Trek has always been in my life from literally, I think 3 is what Dad said, and I don't really have memories until I was like 9. So always been there, no memory of start. I remember we saw Stargate SG1, went to my dad's a lawyer, kind of, he has various jobs. He's a lawyer, went to one of his old clients' house, Russian family, which we had dinner with occasionally. And it was the evening, they were watching when Jack had his brain killed and then Asgard saved him the first time. And I just remember they were watching it, the kids, and we were there, and then suddenly we saw him fly through the gate and then see the Asgard, and we just stopped and watched it. I guess Dad knew about Stargate vaguely, but never watched it. And that one bit was like, we should watch this. Hello, Dad, we should watch this when we get home. whatever. I remember that specifically, and then that became our family show. You know, again, Trek was always there, but we didn't. And while we watched the new Treks, it wasn't quite the because it was obviously was Trek, but Stargate was very much we watch it every week, and I was showing my age a bit, but I was just about to swap schools. No, different story. I have lots of stories. No, when Atlantis was announced, I was dead set to dislike it. I don't remember why, but just I'm a bigger sci-fi fan than I am military fan, although they're both fantastic. So it's more my thing. And I remember thinking, I'm not going to like this. And I remember, because at that time we had BSG, Enterprise, and then SG-1. So we already had a great, on UK, it was like Wednesday and Thursday night, and it was like an amazing 4 hours of TV in a week. It was absolutely incredible. And you always could rate them against each other, who did better, because they're very comparable, and like, BSG did better, and the Enterprise was the worst. And I was the only one of the family that sat down and watched Atlantis, the pilot, because they just, I don't know. And I was sat down there. I remember the visceral feeling of seeing that pole jumper flying over, like, oh, this looks cool. And the city, I didn't really watch the trailers. I was like, oh, the city's amazing. And then by the end of it, I'm like, this is the best thing I've seen. Like, not literally, but this is amazing. Yeah, I fell in love with all of the art design. It's obviously more sci-fi. The premise of the show is absolutely insane. That became even more my thing. And I can't remember what year it was, but when they started doing Stargate events, it was the 3 months before Don Davis died, because that was meant to be his last event, as in it would have been his last event had he died a little bit later. So we didn't get to meet him because he died. So then, and we went to that Stargate event. I went to every of the 16 Stargate events that the UK did after that. Except my dad didn't do one. We did all the rest together. So I've met the entire cast of SG-1, the entire cast of Atlantis, various universe people, pretty much all the secondaries of both Atlantis and Universe, various twice. I won a panel show with Tori Higginson, and she'll always remember me for that. I watched David Blue. I made David Blue slut himself out to some people doing a green screen shoot, because I'm like, yeah, we'll have some fun. I was the photographer. And I watched Chris Judge get drunk with a fan in a back corridor. So I lived Stargate for a long time, and because of the events, I was like, I want to have some costuming. I kind of did already, but like, let's have something. So I got coincided by my Atlantis costume, and then a Universe costume, because the Universe was happening. And then Universe was cancelled. Very, 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 very sad, because that was the end of everything. There was no more done. So I came into university being a film student, doing film work. I already had a full SGU costume, full SGA costume, and some odds and sods, plus film knowledge. And so between the university years, I was like, I don't want to be bored, because I'm never bored. I don't want to be bored between years. I'll make a Stargate film, because that's something to do.
Yeah.
I only had $1,000 worth of props and costumes, right? So I wrote something knowing my super limitations. I thought, well, I don't want to go past the end of SGU, because that's sacred. I can't really achieve that. So I thought, how do I do something that incorporates 3 unique styles of storytelling? Green screen, live action, and on location. Yeah. And how do I then incorporate my guy into the universe with it? And then so I made it during the pilot as a very flashback based, and then also his own story, and then at the end. So as a whole, like, how do I do it uniquely? And in fact, I remember the old torrents just became a thing. I could get the HD version of Universe, the pilot, and it took me 9 days to download it, because no one cared. So the seeding was very low. So I waited 9 days, and I got the HD version, which is why the screen, which is why it looks so crisp. Because actually HD versions I've used as reference. So I was like right at the end there. I read the film, and within a week, it was the #1 most viewed Stargate fan film on YouTube, and it still is 10 years or 13 years later. So that's been a nice buy.
That's good.
Yeah, long story, but there you go. That's why.
Yep. We've gone through a few at this point, only like 6, 7, 8, or 10, something like that on air. Yeah. We've watched a few outside of air, of course.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find something bad to say, because I have to even it out at some point. But
it is sleek. I will say that. It is sleek.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, for a fan film, I don't think you could do better.
Really.
No, I'm going to try.
It's like an episode.
I mean, I know you want to, but I mean, you want to take it to that next, of course. But
which was the point of the 10-year anniversary film, New Mission, which was, what can I do now to show how much better it could look? With still being simple. So the fact that I integrated Stargate so well versus the other one, which was not that done that well. Better costuming, better camera. At the end, the full digital, which you don't expect. Like, what can I do to show how I've improved in 10 years? I think the difference is stark, although it is obviously small and simple, what I can do is very much bigger, and that was still holding loads of stuff back.
Is that mostly due to, I guess, CG becoming easier and more accessible, or not necessarily easier, but more ease of access, I guess?
Just knowledge, learning, pushing forward, experience. I mean, at that point, I'd probably released 20 fan films, or no, more like 7. But I'd done. Thank you. Hey, thanks, Tim. And it's funny because that was very much, as you could tell, that was very much the not pilot episode, but that was very much the bridging episode between my original film, which is canon, to my new films, and the new films. And I did actually write several other bits, which we'll talk about in a bit. I got some teasers. But the reaction viewership was underwhelming, I'll say the least, because I had a good metric with what the Trek was getting, right? My standard for about 3 years was 10K in 6 days. And then the variable, viral or not, depending on the content of the people, I got like 30,000 views, 20,000 views. I released this Stargate film I'm very proud of, and I got like 2,500, and I'm like, ooh, like in a week. I'm like, that's bad, because you want people to watch it, and I've got other things. So I suddenly slowed down a bit on the other stuff. I still filmed and done, but it's all costs. I'm throwing money at this stuff to try and get it made, and it's like, but the viewership. So then I'm thrilled that the CGI one that I made got like 80,000. That was because I was his reaction to the new Stargate. Right. That was like, there is actually interest. Just can I get that on the other one, please?
Yeah. Well, hopefully with the show coming back, there'll be a lot more interest in digging into things and watching videos and
in a big way.
So
hopefully just hanging out with David a little bit kind of push some people that way, because David and Darren are our Stargate what's the right nominator for
royalty?
They are a royalty for sure. They are YouTube Stargate royalty.
Keepers of the gate.
They are the gatekeepers, literally. Like in the nicest way possible.
I just didn't want to put it that way, so I reversed it.
I will say that fan films, while as much as I might love them, obviously I do them, they're not particularly supported by anyone in particular, as in media groups. So thank you for this, of course. But those that have more platforms don't tend to want to not encourage, but you could not that puts our on your back, but it'd be so nice. You'd think that article on Gate World about a new Stargate crossover where Apollo Jumper is a hero ship and in full HD and it fights them. You think that'd be a newsworthy story?
Yeah,
it is in our world.
As that fans make it for fans, I think fans would enjoy it. But that stuff doesn't really translate, unfortunately, that sort of stuff. Even as much I'd love it to, and that's with Trek as well. I made these for fans to enjoy. I think the quality is really rather good and variety, and it's not just another Connie, another 60s. What am I doing this week? I don't know. This week, is you get something all across the world of Trek. It'd be nice if more news groups would care. Because I cannot monetize them, and if you see ads, it's because CBS has claimed the music. Yeah, it's our music because we use themes, like we reverse engineer themes and we use them, but that's fine. Like they own it. Like they creatively own it. So $0 from it, which is fine. Why would you make ads on fan films? But I want people to see them.
Throw a bone where we can. Throw a bone where you can, folks.
Especially as how long does it take to write a tweet saying check out these amazing new fan films?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
one thing sorry, say that again.
Well, we can start helping with that. Sure we put our not that I have a huge social media following, but I'll do my part.
Anything we can to send folks your way, we will. One thing that we've tried to really kind of hone in on and at least discuss more since they've announced the new Stargate is, and I hate that I just use the term gatekeeper because we love David and Darren, and they are like keepers of the gate might be the better way to say that, because that adds some royalty to their title, which it deserves. That being said, though, we don't want to end up Star Wars, even modern Star Trek or Doctor Who or anything else in the sense of just fight rather than figure out how to make something and go forward with it and have the whole community enjoy it. Stargate is in such a unique position to not have that viciousness tied to it, within its fandom.
Well, it's probably going to be a case in 30 years there'll be university textbooks with giant essays on how, over the course of 15 years, Star Trek, Star Wars, and Doctor Who, the
biggest things in the world.
The creatives took these franchises that were golden children and damaged them all heavily. All of them. It's an amazing achievement. All in different ways. Right?
Oh yeah.
So hopefully they've got this other Star franchise that they can say, right, these are the lessons of don't do. Let's not do them. Right?
Yeah, and they did things that like they didn't have to do. I mean, just do what the fans want, you know? I mean,
don't turn it into like a fan film per se, but also you know what the fans like and are privy to, and
so many different fans
push those boundaries, but don't throw what the fans like to the wayside either, you know?
And that's the irony. The only show of the Trek in the modern generation that I even got in the news was Picard season 3, because it did what the zeitgeist wanted. Not the best, but pretty damn good. The only of all that Lower Decks never did, Picard 1 and 2 didn't really, and yet that one didn't. And there's Emmy shows with them being highlighted, and it's the only show that did it not the right way, but like, well, yeah, of course you do a sequel to TNG and you bring the cast back. Why? Of course you would, like, you know, the obvious stuff, but
they're all alive, they're all kicking, they're all working.
That's fun.
It writes itself.
See the Enterprise D again? It was great.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is
and on the smallest budget of the 3 seasons, which is amazing because season 1 having like nearly double the budget of season 3. It does look lovely when they did stuff that looked lovely, but the Borg stuff's god awful. Stargate.
Yeah, that kind of was. Anyway.
Well, I mean, while we're talking about,
at least with Stargate, we're getting the original people back, at least consulting. If not, you know, so and Brad and
all the right things were said. Which just for me, anything like this, Doctor Who's a bit different because they do literally between the old show, you know, Earth in the 27th century, and then they cut to the 24th and it's different, whatever. They change things, fine, whatever. But I feel like any of these shows is historically accurate is important. Don't treat it like a TV show, treat it like a piece of history. You know, I always, when people say, oh, the Strange Worlds is better than TOS, it looks nicer. And I say, oh yes, I agree. Rogue One is a terrible film because they copied those terrible 1980s aesthetics. I mean, I can't believe those green displays are real. I mean, this looks so cheap and bad. I mean, they should re-update that and make it look glowy and fancy. Oh, but it looks great. It does look great. Because they just respect it. And guess what? No one complains. But, you know, I know it's not quite one-to-one, but it's a history piece. Star Wars has always been a history piece. Thank goodness. Trek has never been in the modern generation. So hopefully Stargate will say, okay, we need a new Stargate, but everything looked like it did. You want an X307, but we want to see X303 in the museum. Like, don't alter to make more detailed. Respect and move forward.
Yeah.
Not rocket science, it's only hyperspace science. But
yeah. Hyperspace science, yes. Okay.
Like, yeah. It's just it's a.
So support the Kickstarter on Trek Shots to get more canon Trek-looking Trek across the universe.
Yeah.
Because we try. We actually don't do stuff if it doesn't make sense.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah, no, you're very good. It's very like the technical knowledge comes through for sure. I mean, the effects look good and, you know, everything looks like better than I thought, you know, a fan film could do. But of course, technology has improved so much to be able to do that, which is great. And that there's a venue now to put this kind of stuff out there is great with YouTube, and the whole world can watch it. Now we just have to get the whole world to watch it. But yeah, I'm very impressed with like the technology and what we can do. It makes it hopeful for what maybe SciTrek can do at some point. We'll see.
Any plans we come up with, we're running by you first, Sam. It's
bit of a buffet.
Might be a necessity at this point.
But Tim has a comment. If you want to reply, Tim, say.
Sure.
I was cracking up at that one. His brain just can't handle a Stargate Star Trek crossovers. I do like the way that you handled it. It's not necessarily like a full crossover, you know. It's got bits and pieces, and it doesn't overwhelm you necessarily. I understand it being a little much, but it's not too overwhelming, which is nice. It's
I mean, I can get some visuals if you guys want a couple of visuals of that.
Sure.
We'll never say no, good sir.
because it's been a funny old journey. I would like to know if you guys think I've got better. That's with visually. All right, window. There you go. That should be the right one. All right. That was music. Yeah. So that's our first one. Our first crossover.
Oh, that looks great. Are these from the CGI short film from this beginning of the year?
No. This is all from previously released films. This is from Broken Reality. No. So I have a trilogy of films called the Broken Trilogy. Each one is a different Broken. There's Broken Reality, something else broken. But then I broke my rule. I had to make a fourth one to sort of tell different stories. It's now quadrilogy. They're all this is the first one. It came out I think 3 years ago, and it was in the thumbnail, which actually was bad for the views. The second one it wasn't, so it was a nice surprise. Hopefully, Broken Reality. There you go. And this was my so I invested in this mothership model. And there's a little journey here because I want to show you guys how much I've developed. How would you rate that as a mothership model, or how look and feel?
9.5 for me.
I was about to say, like it's either 8.5 or 9 for me. The only thing that doesn't look like
a everything you see, let the brain say.
Yeah, I think the only thing that might make me not think, oh look, that's a real ship is maybe is that the door right there?
In the foreground there, is that a shuttle bay door?
Is it like a shuttle bay, I guess?
Where's the Type 6 shuttle from TNG?
Oh, okay. I see now. No, I was thinking that was part of the ship, but it's a shuttle floating out in front of the ship. Now
I find a mothership.
It looked like it was a part of the ship, but now I see it. Okay.
Goodness, guys, watch that.
Yeah.
I guess I need glasses. Oops.
No, it just
that makes more sense to me now. Now the ship looks
10
out of 10, and then there's a tiny ship in front of it. And now that my brain's now processing.
So this was made because our wonderful actress Emma Thorne, she was popping down for a different shoot, and I said, "I got this other idea. It'll take about 2 hours to film." So I do a lot of very very creative things that make it work. And I just really want to see some Stargate. I was like, you guys aren't gonna necessarily back a Stargate project, but I'm just gonna shove one in the Trek universe. Because I also was filming Stargate films, and I knew that they would culminate in a crossover event, which I have got some screen caps from, and that's a 40-ish minute story. It's really in depth. It's Gate goes into Trek. That's the thing, but it's very intense. And I knew that I wanted to tell how they got there through multiple stories, not just straight exposition at you. So all of our crossovers, like diegetically, like tell the story. If you watch it in order, you'll be like, "Oh, I see the flow." And since they're out, I can tell you. So in this one, it's a mothership without a crew, so everyone's dead, right? And the music we hear in the episode is music recreated of Baal's theme. So while we're not saying Baal because she can't know it's Baal, you're hearing his theme. You should be able to put two and two together.
Subconsciously kind of get you going.
Subconsciously. And then when the portal that gets it into our universe is about to blow up and kill everybody, and they try and stop it, you see more motherships through it, therefore inferring, again, visually, that, this is a bigger activity than just one ship, right? So we're doing storytelling via if you pay attention and, whatever. So that was our first narrative. And for the Trek character, just like, what the hell is this ship? Giant pyramid in space. How do I describe this? It's I don't know. This I thought was my favorite shot, so I listed that pretty much perfectly. But that's good. And that's the
that looks really good.
Looks awesome.
And this was knowing I built the effect for the big crossover, so that I'd reload it and do it. So it's like backtracking the visuals to an earlier film. Cool. And the portal, we all win. We're fine. And the ship returns to its own universe, Stargate universe, and our character does cool, super. And then this happened.
Oh, that's cool. Was that the Defiant?
That is the Defiant. So this happened about 7 releases later. Also broken. It's called Broken something else. And this was a 25-minute documentary, one of our documentaries. And the mothership only appears about 16 minutes into the 25-minute piece because it's all set up, right? So it's all about this event about the Klingons and Grassians are doing this, not peace, but they're talking, and this thing massacres everybody. and it is damaged because Negvars do that and Vortra's damaged, but it escapes. And then Cisco gets, we must go investigate. So he goes to investigate, and our lead documentarian person being interviewed is the helm officer. So she's got to watch what's happening because she's the one piloting. And unfortunately, as you can imagine, these guys aren't friendly.
Of course.
Yeah. But I really wanted. So we're going up from this shuttle to this small, big ship, right? So we're upping the scale. And how does this mothership look? Would you say?
I was just about to say before you kept moving forward. I love how much you can actually see the pyramid through the ship, and it actually detail all the minutia.
You can see the pyramid in the looks really good.
Shall I say better than? I mean, the original show was 90. 7 through.
Well, the first CGI model was 2000. And then
Okay.
One's universe. Boy, I've done research. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It looks excellent.
Yeah, they were doing a lot of practical in the early days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little.
A little bit.
As much as they can.
Yeah. So obviously, I was doing mild spoilers, but things happen, and Mothership has to return back home. And then I was building this model, as you can see through the gate, through the doorway. That's the station. Again, subtle telling because it must be something more official than just a one-off ship. But in this film, of course, they fight back. There's a crew, right? So we've gone from being the same anomaly, a mothership to TNG era, and a different anomaly got a ship to the Voyager era. But now it's got people alive. But it's it's just doing its thing. So we're telling the story gently. And it didn't like people in it, but it also didn't respond. And one of the conceits of it is that the actress is like, "Oh, if only we could talk to them, I'm sure they'd understand, and we could be friends. I have a feeling we could be friends."
No,
that's not happening. Sorry,
but it's meant to be fun for the audience. Like, no, you're so innocent, Keely. You did not know jack shit about that. But that's fine. You weren't meant to. So this is a teaser from, in theory, the third piece, the big one. How does that look? Because this is a bit more elaborate.
Yeah, that looks good.
That looks good. Is it green screen or?
Is it green screen? I built the Enterprise E bridge. So
Okay. I can tell it's green screen. I just don't know what exactly you put into what, because I know you'll have so many good props.
Yeah. The prop gun looks good.
Well, that's what kind of threw me off a little bit. The props look like they blend in with the background, which makes it less green screeny to me. I can still kind of tell, of course, but the props blend in with the back, which is kind of cool.
So we filmed this about 2.5 years ago, and it cost a lot to film because it was like a 4-day shoot. It's a long film, but and we got lots of props for it to make sure they could be fully kitted out. But because it's so in depth and it also spoils other things, I've had to hold it back. For, also it's a long film to make. So I teased this in another film I did. So I was like, just easier. I love the fact that this gives away, a giant plot point of these guys, because this is revealed, so I can share it. What? What's happening here?
Yeah,
I think it teases quite well. It should do. It's all the other.
Is it one of those little ancient scanners that she's holding, or
ancient scanners?
Yeah.
Remind me that actor's name again. I totally looked at it in the credits last time.
Marcus and him.
Okay, because he's great. The first one we watched, I guess I shouldn't say the ones I love acting wise more than others or anything. That hurts my actor heart to do sometimes. But that guy's great. He's really good. I enjoy watching.
Professional actor does help.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's funny that piece, which you criticize for a lack of stuff happening, which is absolutely fine, is small. Everything that's said in it is to set up future plot points, because that one came after one of those. So in that film, it was very much, because now I can talk about Baal, because I can talk about Baal in the universe. So that was him saying, because I've met Cliff Simon when he was alive various times, and we always joked, Baals are never dead. There's always one more clone. He's like, there's always another.
Yeah. So
I took that to heart, So in our narrative, it is not after Universe, but it's between seasons 1 and 2 of Universe, because there's 2 years to play with, right? They never talk about Earth, so we can go our time. And in my continuity, whatever, that another Baal survived, and he's got this big plan. I know the plan. I can't tell you the plan, but there's a plan. But it's weird that there's a mothership ending up in the Trek universe. That's crazy. Another one. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's so weird. Yeah. And there's technology they mention in that short, don't they? I don't know if you guys remember the short, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what race they said in that short? That you wished I showed the
Furlings?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Furlings.
Oh, I still have
Evil Ewoks. That's what we
I still have it. I have his book.
Oh, cool.
Book. The wonderfully filled prop book.
Yeah.
I did do something on one of the pages. I can't.
Yeah.
What is that? All right. Yeah. So basically, through that knowledge, that film, you learned that Bal is looking for some furling tech. Maybe he'll find it. I don't know. Maybe the films are all out of continuity and therefore maybe it's already happened. I don't know. Maybe you've already seen it. I don't know.
I'm hoping we get some furlings in the new one.
Well, if they're good. Mysteries are good if they're only revealed well. So that's what I mean. Like every film was trying to tell this grander story that I couldn't just do. So we filmed a big. So the one you saw that came out was an SG-1 film. I really wanted to, before the big final film where it all comes together, I wanted to make a Atlantis film with really like that being the central techie core, and then a universe themed film, and then the crossover to kind of combine the themes. The Atlantis film was a really fun one to shoot. So one bit to film, but Marcus kept shaving his beard for different work, so I have to like time it, which is fine. And there's loads of CGI I just don't have for that. I have to like pay to build and then build up to, which is fine. They need for other things. Like there's a reason for everything. But it's a bit of an investment. And this one came out. I don't know if you guys saw.
Yeah,
we saw the puddle jumpers.
Yeah, this I invested in a while ago. I really wanted a hero puddle jumper for reasons.
Yes, everyone wants one for reasons.
And I'm very precise with what I do, and I give pages of notes. So I'm very precise, and I scroll for every screen cap. And I'm really, because the fans deserve it, and we can make it almost perfect if we try. Right. So I had this built a long time ago, and this is such a ridiculous statement. I had to make a new film that month. I just had to invent a new film. Because I was trying to this crowdfunder that launched 45 days ago, and Indiegogo was having real annoyances with me, not with me, but just the world and blah blah. So I was going to launch October. So the films I've released since were ready to go, but then I had to pause and then pause again. I was like, well, I can't release film for 4 months and ask for money. So I wrote this piece, filmed it the next week, and then released it on New Year's Day. And I thought, well, you know what? Stargate just got announced. I'm doing a Stargate crossover, and you guys can suck it. And I had a pearl jumper. So again, something different.
Yep. Is it the time travel puddle jumper?
No, but it's a modifiable. You know they can hyperspace, so it's doable.
Yeah.
Our AI friend can as well. I hadn't done 8472 yet. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm not familiar with that other ship, but it looked cool.
It's species 8472. Voyager ran into them, and they're not necessarily friendly.
Okay. They're a top tier power level, which is why it's fun to see them fight against the Enterprise Z. And just the scale and such. And all these shots had to be rendered with the interior separately just to see. It's a real annoyance, but in a good way.
It looks really good.
I love that.
You can see the little face in there. I like it.
The detail, the attention to detail, does not cease to amaze me whatsoever. It's the minutia makes me happy.
And this is why when I say fans should support the Kickstarter, I obviously mean it, but I really mean it because I go to the nth degree. I've yet to do it, but I will need to rebuild the entire Daedalus hangar bay set just for a shot.
Oh wow!
But you need it.
You'd have it in the future too.
I would.
Also, getting it together in the first place is so much fun.
And that's what I mean. It's laughable, but there's, like you say, there's things you can do with it and it's built.
Right. Those little details matter, you know?
Yeah, I think they do. And this show in particular was really fun because, I don't know if you guys know, the pearl jumper is impossible. Oh, it doesn't ring a bell. What happens when the arms go in?
Oh,
where do they go?
It fits through the gate.
It fits through the gate, but where do they go in this hull?
Oh, right.
Where do they go?
Oh, I see what you're saying. The extension part. I don't know.
Yeah.
They collapse, I guess.
Sure. No.
Yeah.
No.
Do they never actually tell us?
No, well, I mean, you can
Yeah.
see them. There's housing that go about 65% into the hole on either side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
physically impossible.
But-
Yeah.
The bottom
So-
part, I guess, doesn't have much to go back in on itself with.
So yeah, I had to render this out
Mhm.
twice because it had the one version where it's accurate, where the things go in and it eats the entire thing, and just what's in the doorway to have the inside, because it's physically impossible. So I never. That's why you never see these sorts of shots, because it's such a faff to do. Hence, I wanted to do it
Yeah.
for fans, because I had to do
Of course.
multiple passes to make it. And there's a little joke with our Grathar character. He's AI box from Lower Decks. My fiance picked him out of just there's a wall of them. They just picked him. And I named him Grathar for Grathar's hammer, because he's sort of a fun phrase, right?
Yeah.
And he's a really fun character because he's a dick. But he's not evil. And he doesn't have
Right.
he doesn't value life if it's not if it's organic.
Okay.
Mhm.
And he won't hide that, but he doesn't want to kill you. It doesn't value you. There's a distinction. And the joke is that how exactly does he get from there to there?
Exactly.
And we just never address it.
Wheels.
Very carefully.
He just moves. I just love that I never address it. It's like, he just moves. Of course, he can
levitate.
move. I don't know.
Anti-gravity.
Eh,
There you go.
You know.
no, really,
Still-
really fun. This one. This was me just playing.
I like
But-
that you had little drones, the Stargate drones.
Even to the
The
point of
Enterprise is
timing.
Mhm.
See, that's the sort of stuff that's really fun here, because I'm not beholden to licenses, and hopefully both look as accurate as we can make them for both respective shows.
Mhm.
Or in some cases better, in the sense of more detail, more resolution. They'll hold up better. This, to the point of I was literally timing how long between drone. Like, they just did it at the time. 12 frames, but I like there's a vibe. You know how fast it should go. So I was timing how long a drone takes to fire and how minutia.
Yeah.
Details. Details.
Well,
It's
I
cool.
mean,
Well, I like to learn all this, like how it works and stuff. It's cool.
it's
this-
not part of filmmaking, honestly.
But this crossover it is canon to my world, but it doesn't reflect the plot. Most because it was just me playing. The idea was just an ancient just left a pearl jumper in the Trek universe like 1,000 in the past and just never went back for it. So that's very standalone. That's why we blew it up, because it's like that's its own little fun thing. But it's all good, right? Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Yep.
The reason I asked about this mothership though is that looking back now, I hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
What does
Okay,
it
looks
for
pretty
you?
good.
Can you guess any reason why? I really dislike it for very specific reasons. It's wrong. Can you guess why anyway? I'll show you what I mean.
Okay. Is it the pyramid? I mean, it doesn't look
tell me.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about all I can think of.
Yeah.
You know what? Sorry, comments. We're gonna hide you. That way we can see the ship better.
Yeah.
Now you might aesthetically prefer this. That's not a problem. But for me, I'm trying to feel it was right out of the show. But now initially, if you know what I mean, it's meant to be faithful feeling.
What's the difference that we're missing here?
Okay, let me bring up a screen cap just to show you. Let's see if you get there on your own, because I wasn't going down this line until I was, and then I can't go back, kind of thing. And it annoys me that I did this. I do so much work. It's stupid. All right, let's do a different one. So this will be the different window. Which actually by itself is a rather good shot. Just lighting wise, it's a rather good reference shot. So that's the mothership from season, we'll say 9.
Okay.
How does it look different, would you say? Or what vibe is different?
William,
or does it not look different? I mean, I'm not,
Maybe the pyramid's like a little bit bigger.
it might protrude out more, but the front side or the back side is completely open. I think that's the front.
Yeah.
That's far more open than I remember it being.
Yeah.
I stare at screen caps. It's what I do. It's what I do. It doesn't say Colonel Lane form. It does say SG-11.
Yeah.
So this is obviously the real mothership, right? And mothership is giant, and that's why I love the crossovers as well, because you get to see things together that never really could be. That's a massive merger.
Yeah.
So
Scale.
to scale, yeah. So it's just as with the Enterprise refit from the movies, scale of detail is so important to both over and undersell something. On the Enterprise refit, the Enterprise A, etc., there's little panel lines and little greeblies, right? If any of those details were either further off the hull or deeper in the hull, greeblies or panel lines, it would feel smaller because you associate those things as being a certain human scale. By having them be thin or light, it can be bigger because those details are actually really big. They're so big relative to the item you're watching. So in this correct version with the pyramid, what it actually is just a texture of lines. But what it's telling you is that this pyramid is so big that this detailed, intricate panel line work is flat. Because it's so big, you can't read the depth. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So it feels really big because it's flat, because it's actually too big to see.
Yep.
And all the detailing, same thing. Look at how the arms are. There's nothing happening on the edge, right? It's smooth. It feels great, but it's smooth, pretty much, right? So that's the things that the real one did. And if we go back to my one, version 1, I will reiterate, version 1.
Okay.
Because it just annoys me. So I have a version 2 and a version 3. So hopefully you guys will like more. I know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Because I've Stargate coming back means I'm like let's and then it's Kickstarter, right? Supporting it brings more things.
Yeah.
So now look at it in comparison. Now what do you see?
I guess from this angle, it almost looks smaller.
I don't think I do in your head, but yes.
Yeah. I guess it's because obviously you don't have that static shot from that other angle.
So we call this our 4K mothership because everything that was texture wanted real and physical, and every detail in the hull needed to be again raised. So the pyramid is now actually plates, which means
because you can see the intricacy of each one of those far more than you could in the photo before.
But now it means the shadow between the plates is really crisp and dark and defined, and they shouldn't be that crisp, dark, and defined. And as you say, the top bit, especially the angle, you can see their plate. And now the scale is clearly ruined because now those must be huge. There's also now, because Modeler, we just didn't work together in this one, but I didn't catch it, I should say. He put little details on the in-between. You can see there's also raised bits. And to make it flush with the pyramid, he made the inner bit smaller, which means you can now see the edges protrude out weirdly. Because there aren't details in the original one, so everything was more flat. And again, it's now created a different feel. There's also lots of plating everywhere. It's subtle, but this is the bad shot. Like everywhere's plating, right? Yeah. You can see that. I mean, to me that looks horrible now, right? It doesn't feel like the show at all. It's a mothership, but it's too detailed. It's too detailed.
Too detailed, yeah.
Isn't that weird? But when you get a shot like this and you can't tell, I think it looks perfect, but you can't tell, right? So cue this one I just released, which just released. And sorry if this is a bit too long and boring. Hope this is.
We are.
No, this is all like interesting.
Hot heaven listening to all this.
Yeah, exactly. We like behind the scenes stuff here.
It is again one of my favorite things. Tony's trying to figure out what you were asking. He said the pyramid's too pointy. The base isn't wide enough.
No, that stuff because they're actually not necessarily blueprints, but are sketches that they followed, which meant that we could refollow and it was fine. I've lost my folder of things to show. I have to find that back again. But yeah, so version 2, I really looked at what was on the show, and I told my guy, right, we're going to make a worse model now.
Yes, what do you think about that?
Yeah, we're going to make it worse, and it's going to be better because I explained the same logic. We have a plate smaller. Let's just make a show. We call it the show version, right? And also, this was a bitch to render with because it's about 3 million polys. The real one is going to be about 250,000, maybe.
Okay.
So it was like 7 times more, whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to render a fleet of these gets progressively more difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't come through that. Oh, there it is. So version 2, where we did the ship, and I very much wanted to do a Stargate thing. This was the other emergency film.
Mhm.
I've done several. And again, I was like, you know what? Screw it, guys. We've done Trek. We've done like 17 Trek. We're doing a Gate. We're doing Gate. Come on. We're doing Gate.
Yeah.
I like Gate. But I also didn't want to do a main story. So like, you know what? I'm just gonna have fun with this. So this is a shot from that piece. It was a post-credit sequence, literally.
Oh wow.
A 3-minute post-credit sequence because I could. Now, how does this? Now, this is not the best lighting because I was limited by the angle. This is version 2. What do you see? Not see? What do you think?
I immediately see less plating, but almost more plating on the top because of what I know from the show. It just I do find it interesting the plating on the top and then that little like side angle you see just right there by the pyramid is almost, it looks kind of, I guess there's some dimensions in there, but it looks almost flatter, you know.
But does it look better? Does it feel better or worse?
It feels a little better.
Yeah,
but
I really like the other model, but this does.
I don't even know how
like
to put it in words, but it just feels better.
Yeah. So this was me. I don't do ship texturing. I'm an interior guy, but I was like, oh, it's only 1 a.m. Could I try this? So I done it. I went to bed at 6, having textured it, and assembled it in the morning. I say morning, not the morning. But actually, I did a reasonably good job, and I was like, oh shit. So then I really wanted to see it. Hence, I could have finished the film before the post-credit sequence, but I wrote the post-credit sequence. Similarly, you know, this shot, I was like, you know, we spent about 6 months building this ship. And I was like, well, I built the texturing for the mothership. It's going to use similar texturing. Let me just quickly throw something together. So that is very much a version 0.5 of Anubis. But that, and I'll show a better shot later. That's the best fan replica out there. I guarantee it. We worked really hard.
It looks really good.
I really pissed off the model maker. I know more about that ship than anyone should know. But again, for the fans. And I was like, yeah, you know, let's do it. So this is version 2. I do think it's better, I say, but it's not perfect. But I basically rushed it into existence. So this is version 3.
Yeah.
How does that look?
It looks really good. It looks. Yeah. It's. I like the shading on it right now because it kind of combines the first and the second one in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It looks polished, but not as unpolished as the show was, just due to when it came out. You know?
Yeah, I know it looks really good. I like it.
Would you be fooled if that was released as like a new still?
I might. Yeah. I probably.
It kind of would depend on the context, I guess. You know, when you know how long they show it and all that stuff. But yeah, I think
because the last one I think would have fooled me pretty easily. That looked like it came from a shot of SG-1, kind of like how you were saying you shot SGU Distant Hope in the same kind of manner as SGU was shot. That second shot felt like, okay, let's just place this into SG-1 real quick, and this is kind of saying,
right.
We could place this anywhere.
It's definitely a bit moodier. I mean, the mothership is often very dark. I was kind of reflecting that here. I was trying more aesthetic with it, but no, I think this is basically this week. I'll be honest. As in the pyramid, the black lines are much more subtle, but still there. There's a distinction. These are silly small things, but I far closer match the lights on the pyramid to be more the shapes of the original. And the texturing, as you say, on the top is the same, but also very different. It's more subtle, but it's also very detailed.
Yes.
And there's more variation in plate color. It's all small stuff I like. Once I got the baseline, it was about tweaking. I spent about 7 hours tweaking it, trial and error. But I'm pretty happy with that. And the overall light in the shot. So that's an up and coming piece. I do have to fundraise for this one specifically because it needs some stuff. So, you know, check out for that. But I've really got above and beyond on if I'm going to make it, I might as well make some shots. So I pre-vis a lot for this piece that's going to be new. Because the current Kickstarter is for the current batch of films.
Okay.
with stretch goals more, I don't think we're going to get the stretch goals. That's not my fault. So therefore, this is a new one that I would love to make, but it'll have to be fundraised separately, obviously for less relative to the whole bundle. But I'll be able to show stuff like this. But I'm pretty happy just knowing where I've come and gone. Yeah,
Because it looks
it reminds me a bit of like the new BSG space shots. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the difference now, can't you? Just it feels entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's more detailed, but it's worse.
Yeah, it's similar. Mm-hmm.
The subtlety kind of pays off.
Mm-hmm.
Feels big.
Yeah, the pyramid markings aren't necessarily as visual, but I think that might be the shading as well. Which
the distance
shading so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just as we've been talking about Invincible a lot as this new season's been out, and Sarah's gone back and watched some Invincible as well. And as amazing as that show is, they don't give their animators enough time or love, and the ability to shade's not there. So it's good to see some good shading right now.
Mm-hmm.
I do try. So there's definitely a Baal storyline. It's been written and developed for a long time now.
Mm-hmm. To be continued.
And
that was the film we watched. You could tell it was like a setup for whatever the next thing is going to be. Yeah.
And I know what the final film needs to be,
but
it's going to be expensive because it's multiple days, because it needs a bit of everything. You know, I've got an entire subplot on Destiny because I need to have it. I don't need to have it, but I need to have it, which means I deal with the sets, and it's a whole thing. But it's because that one I want to be the truest combination of all three. We really feel use case of Atlantis, use case of SG-1, use case of Universe in a way that's like everything's combined for a reason. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Do you have a particular favorite out of our holy trinity of Stargate there? Because you detailed it pretty well for me earlier. As much as I adore SG-1 and as much as I love, I mean, Rush might be my single favorite character in Stargate. I just love Rush. But SGA, it just takes the cake for me personally. To me, there's The Office UK. The Office did really well in the US on top of that. And then Parks and Rec took that formula and perfected it. Maybe not in that first season, but over time perfected it. And SGA did the same for SG-1. They were like, here's the formula. Let's sci-fi it up even more.
Do you want the long or short answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's funny, I've been rewatching. I won't say why, but I'm rewatching all the Gould Mothership episodes with the interiors for reasons. Just for no particular reason.
Of course not.
Through the course of the show, and a couple around that, just for remembering canon points, whatever. Like I know it all, but it's really fun to rewatch it. And SG-1A is so goddamn well. The only thing, pretty much, is the CRT monitors, because the effects work is so limited, which means they put effort in, and the costuming is absolutely excellent. We have quite a lot of original props and costumes, and the dialogue is for the most part great. It ages better than most TV shows of its era, amazingly so. But that said, there is a real distinction between early SG-1, middle, late SG-1, and season 9 and 10.
Yeah,
for various reasons,
for
but
sure.
they do feel different.
Yeah.
So I think as a show, season 2 to 5 of SG-1 is probably the best bit of Stargate quality-wise for various as an overall, right?
Okay,
I agree.
I do like season 9 and 10 for various reasons. I think you missed Jack too much in 8 to be a real season. It's good, but it's just not what it should be. And 7's good, but it's also piggybacking off too much others. Anyway, Atlantis, I love season 1 so much, just across the board. I love season 2 and 3 a lot. I fucking love Tori.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Yeah,
So
I think it was her. Yeah.
As soon as Tori leaves, it does take a shift.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And once they swap out of their costumes.
Yeah.
Watch? No, it's not watch. I mean, you could say I'm a purist, but just
You rained on a new a shirt there.
It's a better costume in my opinion than the leathery ones of the lines. They're fine, but these are better in my opinion.
Yeah.
So and I like the in 4 and 5. I like the battles. I like when they do it well, but I think the miss rate shifts a lot more in 4 and 5 versus 1 and 2. It's pretty much just good, good. And then Universe, if that was made 5 years ago, it'd be a streaming like number 10, number 5. Because it's ahead of its time.
For sure. Yeah, it's better in a second when you watch it now. It holds up better, I think, than even it did at the time it aired.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching it week by week, and I don't think most people at the time, obviously most people clicked off, let's be honest. The viewership went from 4 million to like 1.2. Most fans didn't watch it by a substantial majority. Yeah. And it was hard to watch week on week. It was. It's not great week to week. But it is a great show. It's just ahead of its time. And also, it knows what it's doing. You have to let it cook. And it's they knew they were going to get 2 years, so they could do a 2-year cook. So by the time you get to middle of season 2, all the setup means that all the payoffs are so much more payoffable because they've done all the setup. But there's modern shows where that person did that. But on a binge, which I did for a convention for David Blue, I rewatched everything. And when you can watch 3 in a row, then everything just lights up because you get through the slow stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. Yeah. But a month to get to one fast thing is not okay. But guess what? No one's ever doing that again in the universe. So they were good to do it that way. It's just ahead of its time.
It was awkwardly ahead
slow
of its
burn.
time. If that makes sense.
Because BSG was better episodic. There was more action. Like that was on its time. It worked. But SGU was not as ahead of its time. Yeah, even though it was very similar, but it wasn't.
Right.
Like you said, if it was 3 or 4 years
people thought they were
later,
trying to copy BSG, and
maybe they were, maybe they weren't, to some degree. But
BSG inspired, but it wasn't a copy.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like, yes, getting one of our, I mean, they're all leads, aren't they? Like our 9th second tier lead getting laid in the first 6 minutes is an odd choice. It's an odd choice, but so is seeing.
Are we going back to Showtime?
So is seeing Share's breasts in season 1, and was edited out, of course. These are the odd choices made, but because you get this visceral absurdity of them having sex in the cupboard. That is such a character moment that obviously when she's longing for him later and she's sad and she moves on, it's almost sort of weighty because you're not saying it. Like there's a reason for everything, and it's good, and it's like 12 seconds, well, 6 seconds. He was having a bad day of a scene. Like I mean, I still maintain the last like 3 of Universe where they're doubled, and that storyline is superb because everything is star and surrounders. Like
that now sci-fi. Like all their descendants are filling this galaxy now and stuff. It's awesome. I
just invented a sci-fi race that we can now piggyback tech off of from a thing that happened a week ago. What? It's a beautiful concept.
And they did it without just
starting to get so good
explaining away. It was well thought out, well done, and you had the right characters, like, and particularly at that time, Rush, Eli, and Chloe could kind of describe some things and kind of like really put your brain into where the writers were at the same time conceptually with it, which just lets you kind of enjoy what was happening on the screen that much more because they did the hard work for us. Which thank you, SGU and everybody there. It's so good. It's so good. Those first 3 or 4 episodes of season 1 are the most slogging to get through. But if
probably
you get
for
to
the people
last,
as well, Like,
I mean,
very sucky time.
You're getting to know people that don't want to be with each other, stuck somewhere, and there are actively things going on between those people that may or may not should be going on within a military unit or not, and civilian.
Chloe's dad died.
It's the first 3 or 4 episodes are sad in a lot of ways, and they're slow and they take the time to really get you used to it. But like you said, you get to season 2 and just it's such a good show. SGA might be the most and SGU would I think be the most pure sci-fi because it just starts where it does and it ends where it does. But SGA,
I would say Atlantis though because there's more sci-fi happening. Because SGU, they're on a ship, but that's almost not important a lot of the time. Right. In a good way. They're not flying until the end. They're not battling until the end. But Atlantis, they're doing. They have a little power jump from episode 1. They're in on the sci-fi. We can cloak now. We've got the gate. We've got light on sectors. We've got race stunners. They're hardcore sci-fi. To the point where they, can somehow wormhole drive to our galaxy and find a super hive with 3 ZPMs that came out of someone's bloody ass. Where were they? They were with Todd, but you know, that's a sci-fi show. I just wish they hadn't.
Right.
Season 4 and 5, it's like it. You know, when the problem the show peaks.
Yeah.
See, like a 6 for lots of other shows is still good, but when you see constant 8s and 9s, it's like it's a 6. You know. I don't know if you guys agree, but it's good. But not like...
No, I get it.
Yeah, I completely understand it. I don't know. I'm just such a sucker for SGA. The second Todd's there, I'm just like, Todd, Rush or Todd. Those are my favorite characters, and maybe all of us. SG.
Are the Wraith the best villain?
Ooh,
are they a villain?
Yeah, maybe.
They're just trying to
That's another question.
Yeah, because
talk about a biological imperative.
Yeah, I guess to us maybe they are, but for them, they're just doing what they do, I guess.
Because if you could feed them without killing people, they'd probably do it. Most of them.
And if anything, they are, as a species, actively keeping themselves in check, not overfeeding, letting populaces regrow.
Yeah.
Don't make me think about this. The Wraith are supposed to be evil vampires. No, I'm not supposed to think of them as good guys.
Space vampires.
Well, that's the fun of the Gould, because they're so beautifully one-dimensional. Ego is their life, so you understand it. They're obviously evil until they're not. But then, and the Wraith are so wonderfully not evil, but like you say, they're just more advanced and then whatever. And then I see what they call the universe. We don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, Todd,
you know,
Todd's the perfect character to kind of bounce back and forth and test some of those things out with, and then Michael, Lamplight. I mean, Last Light. Excuse me. I always have to do that because I thought it was Lamplight for years, not Last Light.
Hey, Donnie. Good to see you.
Michael does a really great job of giving that kind of perspective of the Wraith of we're just doing what we do. Why are you changing me to be more like you? And actively,
well, yeah,
it brings up a lot of those, you know, a lot of good points that need to be made at times.
And I know they're able to clone using the clone machine facility, but I mean, within 3 years, they decimated the Wraith population from like 80 hives down. I'm going to guess like 40. The population was, I mean, okay, most of them were worker drones. They don't do much, but like they were brutalized down because Atlantis was doing so much, and then replicators came in, massacred more. So I mean, they went from being we're hibernating, we're chilling every 100 years we eat to even Bob's dead. I like Bob.
Ooh.
Oh, there is a Bob. Oh yeah, there's a Bob. Oh, joke on me. That's true. Oh damn.
I never thought about it like that way. Technically, the Tauri and just their allies commit genocide on the Wraith. It's
still
close to. Yeah.
But that's what they say about SG-1. That's why one of those is such a great show is that we start out as 4 people with MP5s are not strong weapons. Going out, seeing what's happening, to now got laser guns that can defeat beings that existed thousands of years ago with sci-fi tech that could destroy a planet, and it's fine. As
the Asgard database.
But there's this progression. So we buy it as you go through. You know, the first ship is a big thing. The second ship is a big thing. So by the time you get to the end, I mean, the Gould are basically nothing. I mean, individually they could do some carnage. But they've gone from absolute domination to Bal's like, I'm just some guy doing some stuff with these guys. Don't kill me.
He's literally having to clone himself just to try to maintain any semblance of power.
But that's amazing. But you also don't like any other show that would be a stupid sounding sell because it's such a build, it's such a work. You know, I forgot that SG-1 was given. I think it's the last show in history to be given 2 to 3 season commissions.
Aye.
So they actually knew they were getting 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6 at the time of the commissioning. So there's no pressure. They actually work and they can plan multi-season arcs. Yes, stuff happens, but they are doing it. We're fine. Now it's like we're barely getting 10 episodes and maybe not get renewed. And here they're getting, we guarantee 66 episodes.
And it takes the same amount of time to make one season of 10 episodes for that same amount of time.
I know.
66 episodes. Like,
and obviously at the time, for 3 years, it was Atlantis and SG-1, the same production house, making 40 something a year, and they were for the most part great. Yeah. And they can't make 10 now. I mean, but still. I'll show you one of the cool things. I'm a big prop guy.
Nobody got much sleep.
And as soon as it appeared on screen, I just loved it. Like I know it's a tricorder, but for whatever reason, I always loved it. And just thought it was so so cool. And so when I got Hero from Stitch,
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
I held a real one in a convention, and it's just so nice to have because the difference in that like a 3D print or whatever, like you can see the see-throughness. It's just the first time I got it, there's a trick you do with the P90 where you like use it to, you'll see it when you see it. I did that in the film. I was like, haha, yeah, little things.
Did Shepard do that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then one of the things you guys, support on the Kickstarter, because like I'm a silly person,
Yes.
is that when
also, if you want to send in a private chat, just the link to that, we can put that in the main chat whenever you'd like as well.
Yeah, because there are some really good perks. I will say, I really worked hard to get the prices down as far as I can, but also bundles a thing, as in absolutely the more you pledge, the more you get by quite a substantial margin. And we've got these little. Oh god, don't do that with the props. We've got these character card sheets. We've got loads of things like film posters and stuff. And it's funny, we've got film posters that have been signed by the whole cast that aren't released yet. And it's all random, right? So if you get a 15 poster bundle, you will definitely get films that aren't released yet. I'm like, the hell's this film? I've got signed posters. That's cool, right? And some casts are like Sean Ferrick of Trek Culture. He's done a couple with us. He's not come back to the UK without some big cool things happening. So like those are limited to what we have. These I'm really proud of. You see they're kind of small, but like postcard sized. Every single cast member,
lower
every
decks
single
dish. Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly. Every single cast member, in every single costume, in every single hair, in every single pip variation. That's on beyond screen. Every someone signed. This is my Pokemon card. I want you to get a 15-pack bundle and see who you get, and say, "Oh, I didn't get Keely with this. I'll get another pack because I've got about 4,000 of these."
Oh wow!
Because there's a lot of characters, and literally it can be which character, which era, which thing. Lots of people have got them. I'm really pleased. But if you want a small perk that's signed by the there's a lot of really really cool perks that I recommend people getting. And it's like a piece of history because most fundraisers for Trek certainly don't do physical because you're eating money. But I feel like this is like limited merch in a sense for something. In 10 years, will I even know these people? No offense to them or me. Just like this is, you might be 100, you might need 100. And there's also
fans feels good at the same time.
Yeah. Like I have Blu-rays of all the DVDs of all the fan films that were made because like that's a physical version. This is one of one. I worked on a couple of them. That's not the point. And there's a funny perk which is meant to be silly, but it's funny if you can it's like basically you can get a cameo from one of our cast in character, which is stupid and wonderful. It's very cheap. It's probably too cheap, but we need to raise the money, so whatever. I just love the idea of saying, Nim, you're Keely. His name's Harris. Go. And just improv. Just improv at a cameo. I think that's so charming, because who the hell does that? It's like getting Patrick Stewart.
That'd be fun.
If anything, that's a perfect way, to me at least, of raising funds and being able to give back to the community in a fun way that they get something personal out of it at the same time. I get a little bit of Star Trek. I get a little bit of Stargate. I get what I want out of this, and I can support it at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I just kept going for years, because this campaign was meant to come out in 2023, and then the project got cancelled. I reacted. We did some content, and then last year just sort of got away with me for various reasons. So this is 2 years after I needed the funds, and kept making stuff. And I'm also like this prop took about 8 months to get. So a lot of the stuff I'm planning ahead of time, which means I have to spend ahead of time, which means the money has to be brought, whatever. So I really, when I say I need this money, I really do, because of the cool stuff that's going to come. This is one of the things that I've been silly about. So I got this from Stitch, Stitch's off Stitch. So this is a Hero Zap prop. But because I'm a silly sod, I obviously need more than one, obviously. And I have to have it match because it has to do a function that we all know.
Yeah.
So I had him repaint whatever one he had to match the other one he had. And so I had to get, because you need a scene where...
Okay, I was about to say, can it unfold? I was like...
No one has these, because at conventions, this goes in a holster, this sucks. Yes. But for a film, we need the one that works. So we had to actually match the two, which took like an extra month, which is fair enough. And there's one shot in a film where the guy starts like this, lowers it, and then someone off camera hands in this one. So there's a...
Yeah.
We do the trick.
You got to edit it.
But the satisfaction of getting an open Zap. Half my cast say, you're holding a penis. I'm like, shut up. Shut up.
Is it bad that when you picked it up, one of the first thoughts I had was, that looks a lot less phallic than I expected it to.
Well, I'm so glad. But just, I mean, you know.
It is a bit of that. I mean, it's supposed to be a snake head or something, right?
Yeah.
It does look like a snake head. It just happens to be snakes also look fairly phallic at times.
Yeah. Some of my prized possessions, because like you can't get these, not this quality, and I don't really 3D print for the most part. But you see us on screen and walking through the corridor. I mean, it's just you're living Stargate in a way that's special. And then because I tend to work with people, I say, "Hey, I need this," and they say, "Well, I also have this." And I say, "How much?" They say, "Okay," because I also got that from someone else. Because you know what, we all need a token communicator. Because you know what, they're really good at what they do. Why would I ever get this and I expect to put in a film? But imagine just seeing this on screen. I was like, of course we have this.
That
makes a lot more sense. I totally didn't recognize that as a token communicator for a second. I was like, the scarab beetle from what? Token, of course.
Maybe that's intentional. Kind of scarab beetle looking.
But that's been my thing with Trek shorts. The slow build up is that I really value the quality of the props, the costumes, and then what was the sets, but the props and costumes. And I feel like if you get one of these in the proper holster, at the proper scale, with a proper hero,
that's.
I mean, it just feels
like it lights up. I mean, you didn't have to press an on button or anything. It just lit up as you took it out, right? Which is
because you can just sense it's correct. Again. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, super expensive and hard to get, but the difference in quality this brings on screen, and then because I have various eras, you need to have more, obviously. And I've got more that I might only use once or twice. My personal favorite by Lightning Mile, beautiful piece of prop work.
It looks really good.
Oh, that's cool.
Comes to life. But I want that sense of course, Sam has this particular phase of this one episode, if it makes sense for the plot. Not for sake of it, but whatever.
Evil.
It all costs, but it's
we don't know they're evil. We just want them to be.
Exactly. Those furlings are in the details. Those evil Ewoks. They strike again.
It'll be so good if they bring them into the new Stargate, because that's the only. Is it the only one of the races we haven't seen?
Although canonically they have said, apparently we were all dumb for noticing this, and that's absolutely fair. The furlings in 200 are 100% not what they look like.
Yes.
Going in because they referenced something about their skin in an early season, which obviously can't conform. So they knew that this is just a joke for fun.
Yeah.
They can't be, which is fine with that.
But I love the koalas.
I know.
The koalas are great.
Yeah, I think everybody wants them to look like that. Whether or not they do, I guess we'll see. But I think that's what people want them.
I might have to pull Jamie real quick and run to the restroom. But as I do so, David actually left us a cool thought real quick. I recently purchased The Thing Expanded and got my name in the credits as one of the backers. He's really excited about this. The Thing is our kind of like consistent thing that keeps popping up,
Yeah.
But he does ask you, are you doing the same with your films by chance?
That is basically the default perk. I've actually had someone complain at me saying, you need to make the credits shorter because you show too many people. It's like every one of them helped get me here. Every name, every campaign is included. Even if it's 2.5 minutes, just skip it. That's fine. Like if you don't want to watch it, fine. So no, everything from the lowest, from the £5 is a name. But the more you get, obviously, the higher you get. At different levels, we get the film soundtracks and digital posters. We love our soundtracks. We had a whole load made back in the day. Being Mr. Silly. The character cards I actually love. I think they're just really fun, just a piece of history and see what you get. And then I love film posters. I always have. So I always annoy my actors because I always make sure I keep up to date with what I've released. But also, if they're missing one name, that makes them unusable in a sense. So it's like if you've got a party or something, like I don't get you guys very often. Here's a stack, and I'll often give like 400 or 500 sign because this and this. I don't see you very often. This stack because I want people to get the full batch signed, and it's a bit of history.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I think that's great that people should, if they donate to it, they should get the recognition. Yeah. And I like that, like what Harris was saying earlier, that you're giving people something in trade. It's not just you're sending money off into the ether and you don't get anything back. I think that's really good. So when are do you have any timelines for when your next Baal story comes out?
Tomorrow.
It's funny because the last two are not canon to that story, and that they are different. This is absurd, I know. But there's actually 3 different in my world, 3 different Stargate crossover sub storylines. So that Anubis mothership you saw is not that same story. That's a different. That's not the prime Stargate universe. That's an alternate Stargate universe's incursion.
Okay.
Is it Anubis? Don't know. Maybe. Not sure.
Yeah.
But it's not Baal's storyline. I mean, yeah. The next there's like there's a couple of big. Yeah, there's definitely some big things that are needed for those. Very much intentionally. So I was writing those knowing I can't really fund them, as in I can't crowdfund. I mean, I'd love to be able to make it a lot quicker. So it's a slow, steady. Some of the ships have taken like 7 months to build for various reasons, which is fine, just building up to them.
Yeah.
But as long as I shot them, and I did, and they had to look the same. We got them on camera, and there they go, etc., etc. So as long as they're locked in that regard, then whenever. I'd like to be sooner, but Trek is what obviously not pays the bills, but that you can crowdfund with Trek, and that's where we all started. But there's I try to sneak in gate wherever I can for obvious reasons. I'll also go to the Asgard's room. Do you guys want to do some quick fire questions, and I can show you some actual teasers for actual new things? Because I actually have even more teasers.
Sure.
I did this with another one recently. Fun. I loved the quick fire. I was like, answer. So I'll be right. 1 second.
All right.
Oh, yeah. David, I do have your other comment from earlier. Is there a franchise you haven't done yet but wish to do? Ready and start whenever you'd like.
All right. Yeah.
Melvin, good sir, Quest. Come hang if you like. It's fun. We're I'm learning. I love to sit here and learn.
Yeah.
I when we get to talk to Stormy, we get to learn about resident rocket science, and now we get to learn about more filmmaking from like the minute detail all the way up to this part, which is fun. It's just it's a good process. One of my favorites.
Yeah, no,
Close by in the city I live in. I don't know.
I'm really enjoying our little conversation here. It's good.
Yeah. While we're checking things out, though, let me bring up Sam's IMDb page right here so y'all can see things. Heyo. I was just showing off your IMDb for a second here. If you want to see everything Sam's done, there you go.
Yeah, I've done
I love that there's some Star Trek on here, but Stargate still pops up.
Yeah.
Let me actually zoom in.
Yeah, I've done I did about 45, 50 other people's fan film episodes, so it's there's a lot of just visual effects artists that go back to many a year.
Yep.
So,
well, where was it? I didn't realize, I guess, for your Trek Yard stuff, you were the primary director of it, weren't you?
Well, yeah, we just stopped updating it after the first year because we're doing 4 episodes a week, so that should be like 4,000 episodes. We just stopped updating. So yeah, it just wasn't worth it.
That makes sense. But I mean, that's just few IMDb's look this good.
Oh, thank you.
I love that y'all are able to actually, and obviously you specifically, these are your projects, most people's IMDb's that look this good are full of everyone else's projects. And this is a lot of just...
And if you know, because I'm an artistic person, every film poster who's on it alternates sides so that they're more presentable. Unless there's 2 people. So if you scroll down, you can see everyone like alternates so that they look nice. Yeah. It just looks nicer.
I see. Yep.
It just swaps.
I see it. Yep.
I just think it looks nice. Unless it's a duo, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should take just a second and count how many Sams we can find in the thumbnails, right?
Okay, the thumbnails. Yeah, okay. Fair.
Yeah.
I try not to act in them, but sometimes I have to.
Right.
That makes sense. I mean, just for the sake of making it move. Do you have a couple of specific characters that you kind of come back to frequently, or
so I'm
been where you needed?
No, everything tries to be consistent. So the character is William Davis. Ironically, you guys like this. I picked Davis for Major Davis from Stargate because I always liked him. So that was Davis. Williams might be one of my surnames or middle names.
Collins, great people.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's my main character. He's sort of just some guy, which I kind of like. I took the Joey approach from Friends. Not Joey, the Chandler. He's a science officer. What does he do?
Yeah.
He's a science officer. I'll never say what he does. It's science. Exactly. So when he's in scenes, like he's doing something, obviously.
Yep.
And then I end up having to play my own great granddad. Ironically, there's an Easter egg, and I have to play him for real for someone else. He actually has a beard in Wrath of Khan, which I'm not excited for because I can't really grow a beard properly. But anyway, and he's more of a dick because he's different. He's more antagonistic in a good way, like charming antagonistic. But he's notably different. And then because I do de-aging and up-aging, young me is different to old me, a 20-year-old and a 50-year-old, and I have a very distinct way I act that, which is really difficult, but in a good way.
Well, we do have
quick fire questions. Yeah.
Any quick fire questions? Please toss them in.
I mean, you guys as well. Anything about any of the films or things? I'll try and very short answers.
Right.
Well, there's one man who can ask questions more so than many folks I know.
Ooh, I like it.
We may be joined by Melvin over here. Another Brit.
Well, I don't know about that.
Hello.
Are you on a bit
Commander
cold there, being
Cockings,
in Antarctica?
Major Jennifer.
Cold there.
I had to read that too. I was like, "What's that one say now?"
Goodness.
Hey,
Sam,
Jennifer
this
Haley
is
was
Quest.
underused, man.
Quest is very familiar with the work. He is a Trek Yards kind of fella and
Very nice, thank you.
knows all kinds of stuff. If you have any other questions,
I wouldn't
help
say
us
that.
fire them off because it is that time. One question that we did get earlier, which might not be the quickest question, or it could be the quickest question. Is there a franchise you haven't done yet but wish to do? And I might add a little addendum to that. Is there a franchise you want to do just in general by itself? And or is there another one that you want to correlate with Trek and Gate and kind of
exactly. There is a Battlestar Galactica teaser scene in a film where an alien does something and something appears, and I push it to the extreme because I can for like that 2 minutes. That was fun. And it would if Firefly was properly coming back, it would be very fun for one of the Trek ships to find Serenity. That'd be so fun. But that's a huge.
Yeah, that would be great.
I basically reached the point I can't fund my stuff anymore for obvious reasons. I can't pay for life, pay for things, and fund.
Yeah,
and that's like so much money to do that. I'm at that point I can't invest anymore myself. So that's like I need to build Firefly sets, but it would just be because I've got all this mechanism to make things that if I'm supported, I can keep making things at stupidly high quality.
Yeah.
Hint, So Firefly would be cool.
Time to flash that Kickstarter again.
Yeah. The lads up.
We got it when we need to. Oh.
Yep.
But Mr. Quest, any questions on fan films or whatever? Or try to sneak some spoilers out of me? Or
I'm not a huge fan of fan films, but your work
excellent. Welcome.
Yours are probably the ones that I've watched the most, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially the Star Trek ones. Star Trek ones are
they're
fun.
good. Yeah, I got to finish watching all of them.
There's 41. Takes a while.
Yeah.
They are my favorite because they're all very different.
What's our favorite?
Well, let me know your favorites when you watch more because everyone has very unique favorites for different reasons because they're so broad. There's more funny ones.
Yeah, I'll have to make some notes and maybe
I love the one that we watched first, the new mission. But Distant Hope just makes it feels like it could be part of it,
Yeah,
that was the intent. Yeah,
here we are.
Yeah, watching. I can't spoil everything the rest of it. Damn, there's a moment at the end which is really sad, and it's like take 7. It's like, oh, this is a gut wrencher. That was fun.
I'm trying to find your main actor. I think it was this guy.
Yeah.
I haven't watched this one just yet. But the Killian interview, I guess Killian is his name or character name?
Real name.
Okay, cool. I was like, I don't remember hearing Killian in Distant there, but cool. Because Because yeah, that's the next one I need to watch myself. But if y'all haven't, y'all need to check out all of these. They're all great.
For sure.
Yeah,
That was sad. What happened with this one?
This is an old one. I actually think we might have screen grabbed those Stargates at a certain point from something. I think we have those assets somewhere.
This was sad because I pitched an acting troupe that were at my university. There's like 5 of them. I said, "Hey, we should do some, make a web thing with smaller pieces." And we filmed one, and then it went great, got a good reaction. And they all collectively said, "Yeah, we can't commit to film work and play work because they're a play group."
Yeah,
that first one took too long. It's like we shot it in a day and it's 4 minutes. But I mean, whatever. So we just can't commit. And it would have been a large commitment. So I started something else and then they just sort of dropped out instantly, which was quite annoying.
Yeah, that's a shame. From the theatrical perspective, not the theatrical, but theater perspective, I get it to a degree because that freaking schedule is. You don't get a lot back for the amount of time and effort you put into it a lot of times, even though it emotionally and artistically, sure, yes, but time and money wise, maybe not so much. But from that perspective, you'd think one day shoots would be like the best thing ever. In my opinion, I don't know, that is a little funky.
Well, they were probably also thinking, but we got to rehearse amongst ourselves and learn the lines, and then you're adding 1-2 days, and then I get it. It's just goddamn.
Yeah, that's true.
I've had a couple of non-starts with the Stargate stuff for various reasons. Although they're always consistent to my original premise, because that's the point, is to tell the story just in different ways. Hence why the Trek's been good to crossover, because I get to tell little bits of it narratively and as an excuse. It does take a while.
We'll get Melvin and David over here, our Littlefinger, to walk around everywhere they can in the UK and find theater people for you. I don't know how we get them to do it, but get some postcards, get some business cards.
As long as it's not London or Birmingham, I'm happy.
Perfect. I guess, maybe. I don't know. Just from the production aspect of things, though, what is your average planning out, filming, and then planning out, filming, and post-production? Not necessarily all the same question, but how long does each kind of set of the process take typically?
How honest we want to be.
Yeah. We like those details.
Yeah. So when Prodigy was cancelled, and I knew some people at Prodigy, they knew Trek Yards, we knew them. It was very, very nice. That got cancelled, and I felt affected by that for various reasons. It was a good show. It shouldn't have been cancelled. And it was cancelled on the Friday. I emailed someone at Prodigy. I won't say who, but he was high up. And I said, "Hey, are you available to meet today?" He said, "Yes," because I'm me, I guess. I said, "Sorry for being cancelled. I want to make a film." 60s Trek was saved for a letter writing campaign, and while that isn't today, if I make a fan film to raise awareness, that might help. So I'm going to commit right now to make something. Can you approve the story I'm about to tell? So I pitched the story to them. I actually wrote it between emailing to get the call and getting the call. It's about 2 hours. I wrote the first Prodigy film in that time, had the meeting with them, went through it with them. They didn't suggest many tweaks because they were kind of shell-shocked being cancelled, but a few little things, I made those tweaks. I started the CGI that night, and then from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday, I woke up at 12 lunchtime. I went to bed at 6 something every morning. So I saw dawn every morning. I told all my clients I'm off for a week. I did Trek Yards every day just to try and do some bill payment, but also my income dropped by 1/4 because I didn't work for a week. And I didn't sleep really, and I was always here. I didn't do anything. I literally just ate this. And on that 6th day I finished, released it on the 7th day. So it was cancelled on the Friday. I had a new film out Friday at 10 a.m. the following week. And it's shockingly ambitious. I filmed everyone Saturday and Sunday digitally, and as well as me, because I'm the actor. And there's loads of CG sets, loads of CGs, like 26 space shots. And that did go viral. Thank fuck it did. And the Hagemans tweeted it, and Walkie tweeted it. Not everyone tweeted, enough tweeted it. And quite a while later, I did get told by someone internally that I'm not going to say in a big way, I have no context, but my film was mentioned in the room with Netflix when they had their season 2 meeting.
Cool.
In whatever way, I don't know, but the fact that a fan in 6.5 days made this film to show Love Prodigy made its way into the room with Netflix.
Wow.
Cool. So that was 6 days, but I did nothing else. And I obviously lost 2 weeks' income. So that was horrible, but I'm very proud, but 6 days, right?
Yeah.
Temper only took, 6 years. Different thing, of course. I've done plenty of films that within a month writing to finishing because something happens, I have to change. And that is, again, if I have to take the 4th week of that month off to just make the film, I will do that. It'll hurt me. Okay. But that's what the Kickstarter's for, because I'm like, I have faith in people. This had to be done for various reasons. I'll just not do work and do this to get the quality. I try not to do that, but it happens more often than it should. Ideally, I'm working at 4 or 5 hours a day after work, for little bits here and there, either separate render so it's going, or compositing, whatever, sort of constantly, and then like a weekend here, whatever. Really, it should be 2 months, 2 to 3. That's still very fast for anybody. Typically.
That's pretty quick.
Yes,
it's really good.
It's stupid. Because I'm working, every week, most days in some form, right?
I mean, especially if you're treating it. I know people have their 9 to 5s, and if you're treating it like you're 5 to 9 after the fact, it shows. It shows very well.
Yeah. It's challenging, but it's also wonderful, and I'm very proud of what I produce, and I like the reaction. And that's why this Kickstarter is important, because I've put a lot into this above and beyond. And if that does not go well, then going from wherever my schedule is now to imagine going from that, to 1 afternoon a week.
Turns 2 months into 6 or 8 really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, most fan films in any format, you'd be lucky 1 a year. Now, fair enough, they might be like bigger cast. I don't do that. But I'd also rather tell 5 medium stories a year that are good stories with 1 or 2 characters that cost a lot less, that build, than one, whatever reason, more elaborate every year. They might be cooler, but I love character stories. I love knowing them. I get so many comments that the smallest ones I've done are the best because they're characterful. I've zeitgeist something cool. And there's still a ton of CGI, there's still a ton of sets, still a ton of extra. I always try to do something special in each film, a reason for it to exist. But I like doing more smaller, but still they're still pretty big. 30 space shots and 5 sets, and it ain't small.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, why do we fall in love with the TV shows we do? The characters and stuff. I mean, honestly, it's a breath of fresh air for y'all's films to follow character in that sense. Because what do you realistically, from the audience perspective, what do you go to watch a fan film for? I want to see the characters I love doing cool stuff, or I want something within this universe to make a little bit more sense and dive into that. And the best way to dive into that is not just necessarily one-offs, just like, hey, one-offs are awesome, especially if you can really get something good there. But have a character to help you kind of chew and digest the information over multiple kind of things. To have those canon additions, if you have that head canon for that.
Fill in those little missing pieces here and there.
The effort that you do into it, like y'all do, I'd very easily make headcanon that, and that's what's there for. It's either following the characters you already know and love, or getting to know more of this universe. And y'all have allowed us to expand the Stargate universe, which is kind of cool.
And that's one thing that is a benefit of being very stringent with following the canon, in that I try to make things fit sleekly and smoothly and don't think about it. Same thing with the visuals. I try and, I don't want you to really watch my fan film and say, I want you to feel it's a fan film because I can see the green outline of them, or the hair's disappearing, or lighting's really bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a hard chair. I would not do that.
You don't want the spillover.
Yeah,
no. Well, your green screen's really good. It tricked me a minute earlier. So
Yeah.
the green screen work is awesome.
So I just to feel, and you're watching a fan film. It's not costing $500,000 or $1 million. Right. To stop and just enjoy being in the world.
Yeah.
I think I, for the most part, got that, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I think it is.
And then also, fan service is tricky because you shouldn't, like, I don't ever want to do a film that's just the Defiant met Enterprise E. Like, that is the idea.
Mhm.
You tell the story through a character work or another charm. So I just did a film 3 films ago, which was, in the elevator pitch, it's Defiant meets Enterprise D. But it isn't. It's Defiant fights the Challenger, and it's actually a holodeck simulation training scenario. We've hand-picked our ships for a strategy. But what the audience is seeing is a thing you've never seen before. But it's framed in a multi-layer narrative that services the fan service nature of it while actually being.
Yeah.
And then there's a very specific end that I won't spoil if you haven't seen it, which is like only that ship could do, which is why I half-picked them. Because I was like, the Enterprise D could be any ship. What would be... And then, it, so there's fan service, but it's structured specifically, I think it's important.
By definition, I guess it is fan service, but it sounds more like
fan films, yeah.
It's in service to the fans rather than, your typical fan service of, oh yeah, they want like Anakin back or something. Let's just toss him in a freaking movie. Which, as much as I love Hayden Christensen and some modern Star Wars, it's like, okay, he's willing to come back, and now we're just tossing him and stuff. Like, let's have a rhyme for a reason, a method for the madness. And if anything, y'all have been methodical, which is again a breath of fresh air. Just cool to see.
It makes a difference.
Yeah.
Nah, not at all. Maybe a lot of
it. See if this will load or not. I'll show something else that is. I won't do music, but you hopefully can picture the music. I teased it earlier, but this is an example of the care and attention that I try and do. This is not even the finished one. This is actually the test version. As that might sound, because I know I'll put it somewhere, and therefore it's worth doing. And again, that's what forward-thinking budget is. Because if you know this asset will take, let's say, 6 months to make, invest in it before you need it. But then you've got to pay for it, which is fine. But then you've got to budget for it. So this is from the show. I'm not trying to fool you guys. And remember this?
I remember seeing this.
It's called the Harcissus or the Harrison Station, something like that. I've always loved this shot because it's such a cool, like, new thing.
Yeah.
Like, wow, it's a new thing.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely station. Used only in 3 episodes, which is an absolute crime. So that's how it looks, right? I mean, this is clearly what I'm going to show, but,
Yeah.
And I made this for the 3D modeler who finished version 1. And I was like, this will take me 2 hours. Yeah, I'll do it so they feel good about spending all their time. I'm
2 hours turned into 2 days.
Yeah, always the way.
This is bringing it back to Star Wars.
And this is my cheeky version.
Oh, here we are.
And that was my test version.
Yeah. It looks almost exactly the same.
It's just shaded better.
Yeah.
Well, no, it shaded worse, actually, but thank you.
Yeah.
Because I even timed it to music and I recreated it. I love the station. I wanted to build. I put money towards it. I did a quick text screen to show the guy. And you'll see in a fan film, hopefully several, if it's supported. And as a thing, they I want to do cool things that make sense and bring cool stuff to the fans. It's important, damn it.
It is. I like the backlitness of just the little nebula behind there and everything. I was trying to find this galaxy. What am I saying? The nebula in the background there gave it just a really nice light from that back.
It's a great intro shot from the show. I'm glad I recreated it.
I think it captured too the way kind of light and shadow is in space. Looks very realistic too.
Yeah,
they did good work. They were a good team. Yeah.
Same thought from earlier about Invincible is might be a great show and great animation, but the shading just adds it elevates it. It just I'm sure it's a cartoon, but also you can make things look a little bit more realistic, or at least how the sun works and stuff, and simple things like a nebula lighting things the right way is cool.
Yeah,
which is why it's funny when I did my Trek shorts that old Trek is lit a certain way and built a certain way, and ironically, the interactivity and lack thereof is part of the charm. You don't expect to see the ships really the facades lighting the hull, because they do sometimes, but that's a specific shot. So your brain associates that. But if you do a proper modern CGI rendering where that's all part of just the framework of doing that model, it will. And I might a little bit, but I will own the side of how it looked on the show, because even though it's a TV show and the limitations are there, that's how it looked.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't want to make a Chromium Enterprise that looks like absolute hot garbage for Picard Season 1. No.
Yeah.
Leave. You know, I won't do it. I don't know. I wouldn't say, I'm not even a perfectionist, because that's not fair on the modelers. But so I know what to not do. But I'm good at seeing core shapes. You know, Trek has trained me to see things and compare. But also, if there's a screenshot, I match the angle with our work in progress model, and it's like, that's not the same. Like, let's do it better. Yeah, and iterate. I won't say what ship, because it's a big spoiler. For the real plot line, kind of. There's two. There's a ship that I've had built that there's no reference. It was only in 2 episodes, so that already tells you. Like, you can probably guess it. And there's no reference outside at all, because obviously whatever company did the work had it, never shared it. Boom, done.
Oh, shoot.
And I freaking worked my guy to the bone, being like, oh, there's another layer of something here, because it all adds up to make a good replica. And finally, like, is that thing? Like, yes, it is. And I'm just like precise. And he hated me. I knew he did. Nick, I love you, man, but I know you hated me on that. But you know, if you're doing it, not necessarily do it right, but do it pretty damn close. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Makes sense.
Grant
looks quick pops in.
Oh.
You said you don't like to do the acting, or you're not liking, but you said you hop in when you need to.
I've got better. Yeah. I will say practice does make a difference, and I have a very bad short-term memory. I will literally forget lines between something and a minute later. I can't keep it. But if I'm audio cued and so I'm good at documentaries, if I can read it, I've learned to sort of like sight read and not look like I'm reading and act around that. Then I can do it. And I found, as it would make sense, I can't, because obviously I'll read off camera other people to help bounce off of, but I tongue tie myself on other people's lines. Nice. They're written for their cadence. But if I write my own lines and my own cadence to my characters, it'll flow better, because
it's in your head.
Just more how that works. So it varies.
Well, props to you, because my acting brain, it memorizes things quickly. But, and there's a big but there, reshoots are the bane to my existence, because about 2 days after we're done shooting something, those lines are gone. I don't know why. I might pick a few here and there, but they're gone out of my brain. My brain's making room for something else, you know? So it's fun just to see the script.
No, reshoots would be a pain, because then you got to refine the character again and all that after you've kind of next, but now you have to like dig that up again.
We're no stranger to we're no stranger to reshoots these days, are we?
Everything's made in reshoots, at least on a large scale.
It's like we're going to spend millions upon millions of dollars to get you to reshoot this, and then we're just going to kick it out anyway. So waste of money.
Well, write-offs.
Yeah, our actors are very kind with their time, that they know that everyone's got lives, etc., etc. So for the most part, as I joke with, when I pitch this, you can't negotiate with hotel chains. It's a fan film, but they're not okay.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't expect actors who come in for 10 a.m. to be as good at 7 p.m. as they are at 10 a.m. if they've traveled 4 hours to get to you.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Right? It's a fan film, but if we've got 20 pages to shoot, because this is how we go both together, so I will bring them in the night before so they can just down the road to the set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. So now you've got always got that hotel, and in 2 days you've got 2, and that's how much they got to pay for dinner.
Allows a little rehearsal time if they'd like as well.
Yeah. But we're kind of good at not needing that, weirdly. So you are throwing money at it, but it's 2.5 hours and then back. I mean, it's a long time, and the actors are very conscious of we don't want to bring you back in 3 months, pay for all that again to then do a little bit, because it is burning you guys' money, and so we will my time, their time.
Yeah.
So we will very much shoot, and this happens very often actually, from like 10 in the morning to 7 at night, because we'll just do 1 extra hour just to get this last thing, to not need the reshoot or whatever. And it's, I mean, they don't need to do it, and then we'll drive home, so they'll be home at 10, 11, 12. That's I mean, that's such a lot of work, and this is not most time I bring actors in. I don't have ensemble casts really, or they're shot differently. It's like you are the lead of the day. You are shooting the entire day. That is your day, or you're working with someone else to make sure they're worth being here because the money being spent. So it is actually 7 hours of work for a fan film for you guys to enjoy, or several. So the least you can do is pay for their travel, hotel, and then to feed them. Yeah. But then you've got now a hard cost for each shoot day. And one of the complaints I get in my films is nothing happened, but it's only one person doing a few things. It's like, because that cost me this much. 2 people over doubles it because then you've got to shoot less in the day.
Yeah.
It might be cooler, but
is it practical? Not
right.
really.
Yeah, there's a lot of scheduling, strategizing.
Well,
being efficiency stuff you got to think about.
Yeah, we had a day about a month ago, which was a stupid day, really. It was every single part of it, bar one, was future Nim as Captain Keeley with a certain hair and makeup, because they were never long enough to warrant. Because it takes about 50 minutes to change your hair and makeup per swap, so that you've already lost 1/6 of your day, right? Which is fine, but so the whole day is her as this, and so we did like 6 films worth of small appearances. Which we saved up, so she's not going to age because she's identical. But that was great. But like, right, Nim, 10 lines of this film. What happened? Right, you're here, huh? But obviously, we directed to get a good performance. That's never the issue. But like, changing her mindset between things, which included the film we just released, because like that was we could now add her because she was in. I filmed a mum scene as well with her because she had this long storyline of how she was. Every woman in her lineage looks the same. There's a really strong reason for that. But that's kind of a fun conceit we have. And that entire day was therefore CGI face. Age makeup, so the whole thing should sort of act older. So fun challenges. That's like a whole day of just that to try and like mitigate the costs of small days. It doesn't quite feel satisfying because it's like not one film was shot, but important things like 5 films were shot. Is it good use of money? Yes. Yeah. Does it feel weird? Yes. Is it worth it? Yeah.
I was about to say, how long ahead do y'all usually plan if that's 6 months out kind of deal? If y'all are not 6 months out, 6 films out, which I guess is technically 6 months out, just depends on the production schedule.
I mean, last year we had some sponsor films, which was lovely because that really helped the year a lot. And they also they just jump in and take the slot. So whatever film you happen to have, and because it's I won't go into too much detail, but like the film is what matters. So for one of them, I spent about 2.5 months on it, which is not worth the time, but the story needed it. So I went over and above to kind of for the fans. So that was obviously an extra reason. I could have not done that and been better, but I was like, no, this needs it, and these flourishes need it, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But I'm at one point in 2023 where I was earning more and I could invest more and I had a fundraiser or whatever. I was shooting at least a day every 3 weeks, if not weekends. I think we had about 35 shoot days that year. So you can imagine where the money went and why there was a need to raise money, because if each one is something, then it adds up.
Getting actors there for the days of, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And that was self-funded, and I can't do that anymore. And I want to finish the stuff we've got currently. It's wonderfully exciting, but it is true. I've done a lot for this, and it's And there's good perks. Genuinely, I'm really excited about the perks. And unlike the last two, because we were starting, I've got 4 storage, storage boxes filled with posters. I've got thousands of signed perks. So every signed poster that you pledge for, they're there. So there's no wait for 6 months. I've got stock because I've invested to get the stock. So it's right. I can see them. It's a really nice group picture, which is the entire main cast, and that's rare because Alexa semi-retired now because she moved 5 hours away, 6 hours. Which, a little drive in the UK.
Good for y'all, that's the whole country, just about.
Yeah.
So the signed I have for her is that's a limited run. I really want people to get those, signed by the whole main cast, because that's I'm keeping one. Screw you guys, I'm keeping one. So get that.
You have to.
So that's fun.
And that one's signed by the full cast.
Oh yeah, whole main cast.
Do y'all usually shoot out of order if y'all are planning ahead like that so far, or do you try to kind of keep it concise for the specific shoots you have?
On the shoot days, yes. I find chronological important factors. So yes, 9 times out of 10, I would say yes.
Okay, cool.
If doing multiple films, it'll be what makes the most sense production order. Yeah. So hair and makeup, that will be dependent. But also if you're shooting different films, it's sort of a moot point. You're moving around. Mm-hmm. But we will often swap ages. I think one film, when we did the 2022 Kickstarter, I believe, or the Indiegogo, we had 2 films back to back because I wanted to jump on the Picard season 2 hype train, and it was exciting, right? It was finally good again. So I made it the world's first fan film for that, and I also made that in, I think, 2 weeks. And the back-to-back films, it wasn't intentional. Back-to-back films were Nim as Keeley at 21, her first mission on the Defiant, and then the next film released a month later was Keeley as 52 as a captain. So you kind of spoiled that she lives, but to see those back-to-back and see the difference was weird. And so we'll often do that on a shoot day. We'll say, right, Nim, now you're 22, now you're 56, and I had to try to change your headspace. We try and do those in time order because you do change mentally, and we try and save the far days for the second day if we do a second day because it is a very different headspace.
So kind of shoot first character one day if you can, next day come back and do the second half.
Yeah, because it's just different headspace. Yeah. Occasionally we'll have conversations with 2 versions of the same person. Occasionally. And it's always different ages because I like punishment, I like pain, so one will be de-aged or up-aged because then it sells the illusion, right? And we'll always shoot those different days. Reprieve is the setups, and so it'll be right. You're old today, you're young tomorrow, and you're going to shoot the 2 sides of the conversation different days. There's a thing coming up that was very successful. I'm very happy how that went. You'll see. Yeah. A lot of stuff up and coming, assuming that we get funded. Always after a hard break.
Well, hopefully we can help out with getting that going, so we get more stuff. Yeah.
61%. Long way to go, but 21 days. One more film to come out. We had 4 films. There'll be 4 films during the campaign span. Showing interest. The next one is a mirror-ish film.
Gotta love the mirrorverse.
Sounds interesting. Mirrorverse style.
Ish.
It can be fun.
Ish.
I like the
just to point out, Harris. Just to point out, Harris doesn't know what we're talking about when it comes to the mirrorverse because he hasn't actually seen all of Star Trek. He did start watching Star Trek last year, but he did start last year, but he started with Enterprise and saying he's going to do it chronologically.
He's calling me out.
I'm calling you out. Speaking of order of shooting things, order of watching things. Also
Damn.
He wants to be different. Do it differently.
That's better.
I'm kidding. I had to just be dramatic for a second. No,
just a second.
Sam,
we
can
tease him a lot about it. Honestly,
I have a bit of knowledge.
You can holler at me if you like, but I have decided to take on Star Trek because I've only really watched the odd episode that might have been on TV when I was a little kid that my dad put on, and he was always more of a Star Wars guy, so we watch those movies rather than watch a bunch of Trek.
I have got some Star Wars stuff.
Oh, cool.
Just excite us even more. SGSP and SW. I was like, hold up, what am I saying?
That'll have to tease. Do you want a brief tease on that?
I'm never opposed. But in my craziness, I have to watch things chronologically. I don't have to, but I like to watch things chronologically. So I have decided to take on Star Trek chronologically, which means Enterprise, like the first couple of Discovery, Strange New Worlds, original series, animated series, and then so on and so forth to the last few seasons of Discovery all the way to, I guess, Starfleet Academy and everything.
I have to try and keep reminding him before a Strange New World, so you'll have to watch Cage.
Well, before Discovery, technically.
I get some flack for
true.
trying to do it chronologically. Everyone says, watch it in release order, watch it in release order, watch it in release order. And
yes, and you should.
Am I crazy? Maybe.
Yes.
We'll figure
There's
out.
There's going to be things that don't make sense, I think.
Well,
or,
I think so.
yeah.
It'll make sense later down the road.
It's an interesting experiment. Let's put it that way.
I just said second watch do it that way to see how the unintended version was. But that's okay. But for the Star Wars, I was so inspired by the Obi-Wan Kenobi first 2 episodes that within a week, I'd found a high-end person to make me a full costume replica and got a lightsaber. And then the Obi-Wan show just got worse. I was like, oh no. So we filmed that. We filmed the first film before Obi-Wan Kenobi finished releasing. And then the characters were so, because it was an Emma and Marcus who were the leads, playing different characters, obviously. They were so good. It's like, oh. So I said to them, let's make it a trilogy, because George didn't have 2 and 3. Like, he really had 1, and then he had little things, but yours are solo, and then 2 and 3. So the same thing. The first one's really a solo, but with context, and I've written 2 and 3. We shot 2. 3 is so fucking expensive. I can't. Sorry about it. It's so expensive to make that one, but I mean, it should be. It's the culmination. But I found a way to bridge the sequels, prequels, and original series trilogy. I'm so excited for people to see because it's fun. Lightsaber. The first film is done apart from the lightsaber battle, as if that's not the biggest single thing to do.
I don't even know where to start with the questions on how that production for fan films started, just because that's, I mean, Star Trek and Stargate fit our sci-fi sphere just a lot bit better, as much as I love me some Star Wars space fantasy. But for just what you have to put on screen for Star Wars, that's a lot.
A lot more planning, a lot. The standard is definitely higher in its artistical style. Yeah, a lot more planning on that. We were shooting, like on Trek, we can shoot 15 pages a day. That it was like 7, because everything was really which is fine, but it was like much more slow. So that's also part of why it costs more to do a lot less, but it's also more crafted. And there's shots in some temples that might happen that are like every single shot. I'm like, right, everything lighting has to match perfectly, which is fine. And there's some really fun stuff in that
well, I can see that as well. Right. Well, I could see that just being more difficult just from Star Wars has so few constant shots. There obviously Star Trek, you're on the bridge and everything like that. But even when you're on the bridge in a Star Wars kind of thing, the scene's really dynamic. It's not just like on the characters thinking about that. You're walking alongside them or doing something like that. So I can imagine how difficult that is.
Aliens walking by and ships flying overhead. So
Well, as ever, I try and know my limitations. To a lot of artists, what I do, they'd say that's so difficult, but the stuff they might think is easy, I don't do. So there's layers of what I just happen to do. But I'm also improving all the time. That's part of why just making more is good, because I'm having to learn and get better. Like I changed the first shot of the first film from this more simple ship flies over to place, and I made it now 4 shots of an entire forest flying over, because I then could, and it makes the whole thing much cooler, much more like Star Wars. But I couldn't do it, and I learned, and I did it.
Does I guess just thinking of Star Wars for half a second, how much more like dynamic is a typical shot in there than what you're having?
Well, I can't afford to make it that dynamic, because I've still got it's not worth freehanding for the extra 10 hours of compositing, because I'm trying to juggle so much, but also the story and the stuff in location, that's as however as it needs to be, right? That's as it is, and it is more. But also, they're not more prequely, but it's set during the Mandalorian-ish era-ish.
Okay.
So there is a more stability which comes across, and there are Jedi and there are reasons for Jedi, so therefore it's more stable. It's not as gritty as the trilogy, and the last one is going to be chaos.
Star Wars without
the Jedi are not going to be as arrogant as they were.
Well,
I don't know. So far, we've learned that Sam likes to write characters that are dicks, that are just
very
entertaining.
One is. Are they Jedi? Who knows? Yes, they are. But who knows? I will say the third one's probably like $4,000 by itself, which isn't a lot in any mean scale. But if I'm trying to raise 12.5K right now for like 10 films, then that for one tells you the difference. But it'll look cool, you know. And there's a lot of Star Wars fan films out there. I'm doing some unique niche stuff that is loved by me and other people. So I'm hoping that I can crowdfund like 5-6K for that. I think it's doable. There's a lot of Star Wars fan films out there, and I'll be able to launch with a film and a prequel. But whatever, doesn't matter. Because I just had another idea about a prequel as well. Stupid.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, we do need to find a way. I don't have any contact for him or anything, but I think Star Wars Theory does invite people on to talk about things. You ought to try to go say howdy over there. I haven't watched a live stream in probably a year from him or anything. Just, you know, life gets busy. But
I think the last time I watched Star Wars Theory, I think it was for the release of Survivor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to get out of here because I got to pick up my daughter. But
good reason. Yeah. I should have dinner as well.
Yeah.
Was about to ask Sam how much longer do you have, or are you feeling like you need to get moving?
I think dinner is calling.
Yeah.
Dinner's calling. Well, if that is the case, y'all know where to find Sam and everybody in Power 543. I thought I was sharing the Power 543 tab. This is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure y'all already subscribed, and if not, what are you doing? What's going on?
Yeah,
all free and fun to enjoy. And there are now playlists. If you go on the playlist button, I set this up because a fan suggested. This is kind of fun in that because we're an anthology show with different characters, you can now just watch each character's story arc in a chronological order.
I saw that yesterday, and that was really cool.
Yeah, I got to do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I will say it doesn't include alternate versions, so those are still surprises, but this is just a prime version. So you will see other people pop up other times, but it doesn't count as their story. And it's fun because we'll meet each other at different points, but it's in their chronological order. And that's just get only more cool as it goes on, because I'm very careful with where things are placed. So as like 5 years on, there might be like 15 in one person, and it'll be like we shot them really out of order, but you can watch them in a time order, and that makes sense. So that's really fun because, it's a fun way to watch them. You'll see growth and development, etc.
Well, if you didn't tickle my chronological loving self, those playlists do exactly that. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Do you have a Stargate playlist on here just yet, or
not specifically? But there's only 2, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
I should. You're right, but yeah.
Well, I mean, if folks need to find those 2. You know,
or just Google Stargate fan film. Luckily, we're really high in the rankings for that.
Yeah, the easiest thing to do that I figured out yesterday was, or I guess whatever day of the week it is, Monday, was Google Power 543 fan films Stargate, and it pops up really easily with everything.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Yeah. Besides that, check out his IMDb. You know the deal, and click that wonderful little where is it? We're zoomed in too much. Add to your favorite people. Follow on your topics over here. That way you all get updated every time he brings anything out.
Yeah.
And on Facebook and X and all Trek shorts, easy to find. We have a Patreon as well for monthly. All Patreon people get a pre-release link. As soon as it's done, or at least 90% done, it goes out. So everyone gets pre-released. There's loads of polls and stuff. There's a lot of fan integration with that. So if you support regularly, that's absolutely essential as well, besides the Kickstarter. But again, get some perks. They're really fun. They're really silly. That cameo thing is just going to be a daft day if you get the in-character cameo.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up right now, and there's a wide range of options of how much
add-ons
to
as well.
donate. So
it might tease you to get something. I have to get as well. Yeah. But thanks guys for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
I like
nice to meet
you.
you.
Get about the Stargate stuff. You as well. Like Stargate, it's such a small pie, but it's actually quite a lot of stuff, and it's so much passion behind it, and I get such a vibe when I get to do something Stargate. So glad you guys folks see some stuff, ask some questions. I will definitely let you know personally when that Stargate thing comes out, because and this funder for this other thing, because that will be small, but loads of cool shots of that as well.
Well, it has been so fun just getting to know you more, obviously, and then just getting to pick your brain on this stuff. You might get a few more emails from me just to pick your brain a few more times over the coming weeks, days, years. Who knows?
Oh no, what a shame.
Oh no. Anytime you're in the U.S., because I did see David said, you're making a Star Wars film not having Tatooine. If you make it to California, we got a lot of desert. We'll film the next 3 years worth of desert scenes. Just let me know.
I do like LA. Big fan.
But yeah, if y'all haven't, go check out Power 543 and Sam on literally anything and everything. Real quick, I would be remiss not to say, y'all know to go check out Sarah and Melvin over here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any Space Above and Beyond almost ready there?
I'm working on it. I'll get there.
Cool.
Eventually.
Melvin, you have anything popping out here in the next coming days or weeks?
Well, I was going to have some Space Engineers coming on G30, but the problem is that there's a big update over the weekend. So as of tomorrow, all the servers are going to be down for 4 days for a huge update on the game. So yeah, I'll be streaming that next week.
So on the weekend off, what you're saying?
Yeah, well. They're just shutting down the servers for 4 days just to add a few blocks and a new economy system to the survival series. So.
Hey, Stanley.
That's interesting.
Good to see you.
All right. Well, besides all of that, when you get to the asset building that Sam's doing, let us know, because the Space Engineer it gets you in. It gets you on
no idea that.
And keep moving, you know. All of that being said, Sam, thank you for hanging so much.
Thank you.
It's great to finally be on the same stream with you. I watched you a while back, and
Still here.
Trek yards.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Well, our housekeeping that we'll do really fast this week, of course. Thursday, tomorrow, Melvin and I finish on Creatures and Cryptids, our Monarch watch party. And then Friday, we'll be talking Paradise. And haven't for sure, but hopefully we'll have Lucas Shep, my buddy, who was in episode 4 of season 1 of Paradise, come on. And we'll do another fun discussion about some stuff.
Cool.
Sundays, y'all know the deal. If there's a cool sci-fi thing that pops up, we're talking about it. If not, we're hanging out and diving into every rabbit hole we can find.
Right.
And then Farscape Patreon next week. Y'all know the deal.
Yeah.
This, though, has been Stargate Outpost.
Yes, it is.
We appreciate y'all so much. You know we love y'all. And we will see y'all in the next video.
Bye.
Stay cosmic.
Later on.